Bharatri Samaj, wrote an English book called Our Wants, constructed a home in Ranagata, and composed two novel poems in Bengali, Vijayanagrama, Deserted Village, and Sannyasi, which received praise from reviewers. 1866. Kedarnatha took the position of deputy register with the power of a deputy collector and deputy magistrate in the district of Chapara. He became fluent in Persian and Urdu languages. He successfully settled disputes between tea farmers and helped secure public aid to build a school for teaching Nyaya Shastra, sacred texts that ascertain knowledge and truth through logic and argument. He was transferred to Purnia, where he took charge of the government and judicial departments. 1868. He became the deputy magistrate in Dinajapura, West Bengal, the highest rank in the government that could be held by an Indian person during the British rule. At this time, he was finally able to procure rare copies of the sacred texts Srimad Bhagavatam, describing the pastimes of Krishna and his associates, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, the biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He read Chaitanya Charitamrita repeatedly. His faith increased until he was absorbed in the sacred text all day and all night. He began incessantly submitting heartfelt prayers for the Lord's mercy. He came to understand the supreme majesty and power of the absolute personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, and his incarnation in this age, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He published a song about Lord Chaitanya entitled Satchitananda Prema Lankara, 1869, while serving as deputy magistrate under the government of Bengal in Dinajapur. He delivered a speech in the form of a treatise he had written on the Srimad Bhagavatam to a large congregation of prominent men of letters from many parts of England and India. He was transferred to Champarana, during which time his second son, Radhika Prasada, was born. In Champarana, people used to worship a ghost in a banyan tree. The ghost had the power to influence the mind of the local judge to decide in favor of the worshiper. Shri Kedarnath Datta advised the local scholar to read Srimad Bhagavatam under the tree continuously day and night. After 1 month, the tree crashed to the ground, and many people found renewed faith in the message of the Srimad Bhagavatam. From that, now you see how powerful Shastras are. If you repeat them continually, as this person did under the guidance of Bhkativinoda Thakura, the tree fell down, and whoever it was, the ghost went away. From Kamparana, he moved to the holy city of Jagannathapuri, Orissa, which gladdened his heart to no end. 1873. Near the capital of Orissa, in the town of Kamanala, there lived a mystic named Bisakisena, who would lean into a fire, then return to an erect sitting position. In this way, he'd rock back and forth over the flames. By his acquired mystic powers, he could also produce fire from his head. He had two companions going by the names of Brahma and Shiva. He claimed to be Mahavishnu. Together, they were the divine trinity, Brahma, Shiva, and the third one, Brahma, Shiva, and Krishna. Yeah. Together, they were the divine trinity, the creator, the maintainer, and destroyer of the universe, described in the sacred scriptures. Some of the lesser kings of Orissa came under their sway, and were providing funds for the construction of a temple. They also sent him women. Bhaktivinoda declared he'd drive off the British from the ruling Orissa and would himself become king. He published such statements, which were circulated all around Orissa. The British thought him a revolutionary for speaking out against the British rule. So the district governor of Bengal drew up arrest orders. However, nobody dared to act upon these orders, fearing Bhaktiviноda's mystic powers. Mr. Ravinshaw, district commissioner for Orissa, requested Sri Kedarnath Datta, meaning Bhaktivinoda Thakur, to bring Bhaktivinod to justice. Sri Kedarnath Datta went personally to see Bhaktivinod. The yogi showed him some powers that would normally scare off an ordinary man, and informed Kedarnath Datta that he knew well who he was, but that since he, Bhaktivinod, was the Lord, Kedarnath better not interfere with him. That was enough for Sri Kedarnath Datta, who replied by acknowledging Bhaktivinod's accomplishments in yoga and tantra and requesting him to come to Puri, where he could receive the blessings of Jagannatha, the famous deity of Krishna there. Bhaktivinod haughtily, without respect, replied, "Why should I come to see Jagannatha? He's only a hunk of wood. I am the supreme in person." Sri Kedarnath Datta became furious. He arrested the rogue, brought him to Puri, and threw him in jail, where he was guarded by 36 constables and 72 policemen. The fearless Kedarnath Datta tried Bhaktivinod in Puri. The trial lasted 18 days, during which thousands of people whom he had controlled, meaning Bhaktivinod had controlled over, gathered outside the courtroom, demanding Bhaktivinod's release. On day 6 of the trial, Kedarnath Datta's daughter, Kadambini, became seriously ill and nearly died. Sri Kedarnath Datta knew it was the power of the tantric yogi at work. He remarked, "Yes, let us all die, but this rascal must be punished." The next day in court, the yogi announced he'd shown his power and would show much more. He suggested that Kedarnath Datta should release him at once or face worse miseries. On the last day of the trial, Kedarnath Datta himself, ill from high fever, and suffered exactly as his daughter had. But the determined Kedarnath pronounced the man guilty and sentenced him to 18 months for political conspiracy. When Bhaktivinod was being readied for jail, the district medical officer cut off all his hair. Apparently, the yogi drew power from his long hair. He hadn't eaten or drunk during the whole trial, so he fell to the floor like a dead man and had to be taken to jail by stretcher. After 3 months, he was moved to the central jail in Midnapur, where he took poison and died. Oh, good. One less nonsense person. In Puri, Sri Kedarnath Datta studied Srimad Bhagavatam with the commentary of Sridhara Swami. He also copied out in longhand the Sat Sandarbha of Jiva Goswami and made a special study of Rupa Goswami's Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 1874 to 1893. During these years, Bhaktivinoda Thakur spent much time in seclusion chanting the holy names Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Though he still executed his worldly duties perseveringly, he wrote several books in Sanskrit, including Sri Krishna Samhita, Tattva Sutram, and Tattva Viveka. He wrote many books in Bengali, such as Kalyana Kalpataru. In 1874, he composed Datta Kaustuba in Sanskrit. When in Puri, he established a Vaishnava discussion society known as the Bhagavat Samsad. in the Jagannatha Vallabha Gardens, where the saint Sri Ramananda Raya, a contemporary and devotee of Lord Chaitanya, had held his worship. All the prominent Vaishnavas at the time joined this group except for one Raghunatha Dasa Babaji. He thought that Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was unauthorized as he held. Moreover, the Babaji advised other Vaishnavas to avoid Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's association. Soon thereafter, Raghunatha Dasa Babaji contracted a deadly illness. In a dream, Lord Jagannatha appeared to him and told him to pray for the mercy of Bhaktivinoda Thakur if he at all wanted at all release from the illness and death. He did so. Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave him special medicines and cured him. At this time, Raghunatha Dasa Babaji gained awareness of Bhaktivinoda Thakur's exalted spiritual position. Sri Swarupa Dasa Babaji, who performed his worship or bhajana at Satasana near the ocean in Puri, showed much affection for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and gave him profound instructions and insights from his realizations on the chanting of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Charan Dasa Babaji preached and printed books and advising that one should chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra in personal meditation or japa. But Nitai Gora Radhe Shyama Hare Krishna Hare Rama in public. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur preached long and hard to him, trying to convince him to stop spreading this unauthorized mantra. Eventually, Charan Dasa Babaji came to his senses and begged forgiveness from Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, admitting his fault. 6 months later, Charan Dasa Babaji went mad and died in great distress. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was one of the most foremost devotional scholars of his time, yet he always humbly presented himself as the insignificant messenger of the Lord, as we can note from the following passage. The way to how I got the inspiration to compile the book is a divine mystery, which I felt not proper from my part to disclose, as it might be bridging spiritual conceit. But consequently, I realized that it would be an undoing to my spiritual master, which might stand as an obstacle in the path of my spiritual progress. Therefore, without my shame, I record the fact that while under the benediction of my Guru, Sri Bapin Bihari Goswami, who belonged to the great heritage of Thakur Vamshibadananda, a faithful follower of my Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I was deeply penetrating upon Srimad Bhagavatam. One day in a vision, Sri Swarup Damodar, the right-hand personal adherent of Lord Sri Chaitanya, instructed me to compile the slokas of Srimad Bhagavatam in accordance with the principles of Sambandha, Abhideya, and Prayojana as laid down by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so that the book will read with an easy understanding, with great interest and delight by the loving devotees of the Lord. Sri Swarupa Damodar Prabhu further guided me by giving a wonderful explanation of the first sloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam, and also showed me how I have to explain the slokas under the light of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. This was spoken by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur became manager of the Jagannatha Puri temple complex. He used his government powers to establish regularity in the worship of the deity. In the temple courtyard, he established a Bhakti Mandapa, where daily discourses of Srimad Bhagavatam were held. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur would spend long hours discussing Krishna and chanting the holy names, especially at Tota Gopinath Mandir, the tomb of the great saint Haridas Thakura, the sacred Siddha Bakula tree, and the Gambhira temple. He made notes on the Vedanta Sutra, and those notes were used by Sri Shyamalala Goswami when he published Baladeva Vidyabhusana's Govinda Bhasa commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. Is it going on now? They started the arti? Okay, we'll stop there and continue when it finishes. Haribol. What'd you say? I can continue. All right. Sorry. I'm only following the, orders that I get. Okay, so you can see the arti going on, and I'll continue reading. Srila Bhkativinoda Thakura was one of the foremost devotional scholars of his time. Yet, he always humbly presented himself as the insignificant messenger of the Lord, as we can note from the following passage. Okay, I read that already. Srila Bhkativinoda Thakura became manager of the Jagannath Puri temple complex. He used his governmental powers to establish regularity in the worship of the deity. In the temple courtyard, he established a Bhakti Mandapa, where daily discourses of Srimad Bhagavatam were held. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura would spend long hours discussing Krishna and chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Especially in Tota Gopinath Mandir, the tomb of the great saint Haridas Thakur. I've been there. It's an amazing temple. Beautiful, beautiful temple. You have to go there. The Gambhira temple. He made notes on the Vedanta Sutra, and those notes were used by Sri Shyamala Lala Goswami when he published Baladeva Vidyabhusana's Govinda Bhasya, commentary on the Vedanta Sutra. 1874, near the Jagannatha Vallabha Gardens, in a large house adjacent to the Narayana Chatamata, the fourth son of Bhaktivinoda Thakur was born. Answering his prayer for the Lord to send a ray of Vishnu to preach the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world, he was named Bimala Prasada and would later be known as the great Vaishnava spiritual leader and scholar Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada, the spiritual master of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. When Bimala Prasada was 6 months old, Lord Jagannath's cart stopped in front of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house in Puri for 3 days during the procession. Bhaktivinoda asked his wife Bhagavati Devi to bring the child, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, to view and receive the blessings of Lord Jagannatha. As she placed the child before the Lord, a garland from the Lord fell and encircled the baby boy. And the first grains ceremony was performed at that time with sacred food, prasada, from Lord Jagannatha. Bimala Prasada stayed in Puri for 10 months before his birth and then moved to Bengal, where his infancy was spent at Ranagat, hearing topics of Sri Krishna from his mother. You see, you can educate your kid at home. You don't have to send him to school. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his wife, Bhagavati Devi, were orthodox and virtuous. They never allowed their children to eat anything other than prasada, sacred food prepared for and offered first to the Lord, nor to associate with bad company. One day, when Bimala Prasada was still a small child of no more than 4 years, his father mildly rebuked him for eating a mango not yet duly offered to Lord Krishna. Bimala Prasada, although only a child, considered himself an offender to the Lord and vowed never to eat mangoes again. This was a vow that he would follow throughout his life. By the time Bimala Prasada was 7 years old, he had memorized the entire Bhagavad Gita and could even explain its verses, giving wonderful purports. His father then began training him in proofreading and printing, in conjunction with the publishing of the Vaishnava magazine Sadhjana Toshani. At this time, Bhaktivinoda Thakur discovered that the king of Puri had misappropriated 80,000 rupees. And that's a lot of money in today's terms of money. This money is like billions of dollars, right? This money belonged to the temple. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur forced the king to offer Lord Jagannath meals 52 times daily in retribution. This diminished the money quickly. Why? Because they would offer Lord Jagannath, I think, 64 preparations, 52 times a day. This diminished the money quickly. The king was furious and began, with the help of 50 pundits, a 30-day tantric ritual sacrifice meant for killing Bhaktivinoda Thakura. When the last oblations were poured into the sacrificial fire, it was the king's son who died, not the pure-hearted Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. You got to watch out. What usually happens is when you try and kill a devotee by using tantric mantras and so forth, it bounces back to the person that has initiated that type of mantra, and the person that wanted to kill someone else, they're the ones that die, or members of their family. Yeah. 1878, Bhaktivinoda Thakur left Puri, returned to Bengal, and saw Navadvipa, Shantipura, and Kalana. He was put in charge of the Mahishireka subdivision in Howrah. After that, he was transferred to Bhadraka and later was made head of the Naraila subdivision in the Yashohan district. While in Naraila, his two famous books, Shri Krishna Samhita and Krishna Kalpataru, were published. These two works caught the attention of many of India's pundits and educated men. In a letter dated April 16, 1880, Dr. Reinhold Rost wrote, "By representing Krishna's character and his worship in a more sublime and transcendental light than has hereto been the custom to regard him, you have rendered an essential service to your co-religionists." Very nice statement by a Britisher. 1877 and 1878. In Rangagata, Varada Prasada and Viraja Prasada were born, the fifth and sixth sons of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura and his wife Bhagavati Devi. So he had 10 children altogether. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur took a formal Diksha initiation from Vipin Bihari Goswami, descended from the Janavi family of Bhagnapara. Around this time, his seventh son, Lalita Prasada, was born at Ranagata. Many people had adopted Vaishnavism, but they could not tell who was a Vaishnava and who was not. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave them shelter and instructed them in this matter most exactly. Once Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and his son, Bimala Prasad, went to see Bhaktivinoda's guru, Vipin Bihari Goswami. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's dealings with his Diksha guru, or initiating guru, were always exemplary. Bhaktivinoda always played the humble disciple. Once, in the presence of a young Bimal Prasada, or meaning Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhaktivinoda's son, Bhaktivinoda Thakur bowed down and paid his respectful obeisances to his guru. Vipin Bihari Goswami replied by placing his feet on the Thakura's head. For the young, fiery Bimala Prasada, this was too much. It was one thing that his father had accepted this person as a guru, as his formal initiating spiritual master. but this was going too far. Bimal Prasad, or Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, was only 7 years old at the time, but when Bhaktivinoda Thakur left the room, leaving the two of them alone, Bimala Prasad decided to set things straight. You are acting like a big, big guru, and you place your feet on the heads of those who you don't know. If you knew who the Thakura is, you would not do this. But you do not know. My father is a great, exalted, Nitya Siddha, eternal associate of Shri Radha and Krishna, who has come here to fulfill their mission. Do you think that you are so advanced that you can place your feet on the head of such a person? I think not. You have proven yourself to be a Kanishta Adhikari, a neophyte, by not being able to distinguish between those who are advanced and those who are less advanced. Therefore, I suggest that you desist from this practice any further. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur then re-entered the room and the conversation changed. Later that day, Vipin Bihari Goswami mentioned to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, "Your son is bold to the point of being rude." Later, Thakur Bhaktivinoda found out about the conversation and used to jokingly glorify his exalted son in front of his friends, saying, "He is so fearless that he even chastised my guru, Vipin Bihari Goswami." And he was only 7 years old at that time. 1881. Bhaktivinoda Thakur began publishing Sajjana Toshani, his Vaishnava journal. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had previously pilgrimaged to Kasi, Prayagya, Mathura, and Vrindavana, or Vrajamandal, in 1866. At the close of his stay in Narala, he desired to again see the land of Raja, meaning Vrindavan. He took 3 months for this purpose. While there, he met Srila Jagannath Dasa Babaji, who would move every 6 months between Navadvipa and Vrindavana. Meeting him, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur accompanied him as his eternally worshipable Shiksha in instructing Guru. During his pilgrimage at that time, he dealt with a gang of criminals known as the Kanjharas, who robbed and killed pilgrims. He gave evidence to the government, and a commission was formed to wipe out the scourge. From Vrindavan, he went to Calcutta and bought a house at 181 Manik Tala Street, now called Ramasha Datta Street, near Bidana Park. He started daily worship of Sri Giridhari, meaning Krishna, the transcendental form of Krishna, who appeared in the form of Govardhan Hill, and called the house Bhakti Bhavan. He was appointed head of the subdivision of Bharasa. In the course of excavating for the construction of the Bhakti Bhavan, a deity of Kurma Deva was unearthed. After initiating his 7-year-old son in the practice of deity worship, Bhaktivinoda entrusted Bimala with the service of the deity of Kurma Deva, the Lord's tortoise incarnation. The well-known novelist Bankim Chandra met Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur at Bharasa. Bankim Chandra had written a book about Krishna and showed it to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who preached to Bankim Chandra for 4 days, taking little food and hardly any sleep. The result was that Bankim Chandra changed his ideas, which were mundane speculations about Krishna, and his book to conform with the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 1884. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was appointed the senior deputy magistrate of Serampur, where he admitted Bimal Prasada, his son, into the Serampur High School. When Bimal was a student in class 5, he invented a new method of shorthand named Biskanto. During this period, he took lessons in mathematics and astrology from Pandita Mahesha Chandra Chudamani. However, he preferred to read devotional books rather than the school texts. That's a good idea. 1886. During the last year of his stay at Barasat, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura published an edition of the Bhagavad Gita with the Sanskrit commentary of Srila Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura, which he translated into Bengali. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had undertaken this task at the request of Babu Sarada Charana Mitra, ex-judge of the Calcutta High Commission. Sriman Bankima Chandra wrote the preface, acknowledging his own indebtedness to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. He noted that all Bengali readers would be indebted to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura for his saintly work. From Barasat, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura was transferred to Sri Ramapur. He visited the residence of Udarana Datta Thakur, a great associate of Lord Nityananda, at Saptagram. In Kanakula, he visited the place of Abhirama Thakur and saw the place of another great devotee of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Vasu Ramananda at Kulin Agrama. In Sri Ramapura, he composed and published his masterly Sri Chaitanya Siksham Samrita, and also the Vaishnava Siddhanta Mala, Prema Pradipa, and Mana Shiksha. He was also publishing his Sajjana Toshani journal on a regular basis. In Calcutta, he set up the Sri Chaitanya Yantra, a printing press, at the Bhakti Bhavan, upon which he printed Maladhara's Sri Krishna Vijaya and his own Amnaya Sutra and the Chaitanya Panishad of the Atharva Veda. Finding the Chaitanya Panishad was a difficult task. Hardly anyone in Bengal had heard of it. Consequently, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur traveled many places in its search. Finally, a devoted Vaishnava Pandit named Madhusudana Dasa sent him an old copy. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a Sanskrit commentary on the book and called it Sri Chaitanya Charan Amrita. Madhusudana Dasa Mahasaya translated the verses into Bengali. This translation was called Amrita Bindu. In Calcutta, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur started the Sri Vishwa Vaishnava Sabha, dedicated to the preaching of pure bhakti as taught by Lord Chaitanya. To publicize the work of the society, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur published a small booklet entitled Vishwa Vaishnava Kalpatavi. He also published his own edition of the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita with his Amrita Prabhava Bhashya commentary. He introduced the Chaitanyabda or Chaitanya era calendar and gave assistance to the propagation of the Chaitanya Panjika. This is another type of calendar, which established the annual feast day of Gaura Purnima, celebrating the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He lectured and gave readings on books like the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or the Nectar of Devotion, of Srila Rupa Goswami in various Vaishnava societies. He published in the Hindu Herald, an English periodical, a detailed account of Sri Chaitanya's life. It was at this time that the learned Vaishnavas recognized Kedara Datta and gave him the honorary title of Bhaktivinoda Thakura. 1887. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura resolved to quit government service and go to Vrindavana and Bhakti Bringa Mahasaya for the rest of his life. One night in Tarakeshwara, while still in government service, he had a dream in which Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to him and spoke. You will certainly go to Vrindavana, but first there is some service you must perform in Navadvipa, Lord Chaitanya's birthplace. So what will you do about that? When the Lord disappeared, the Thakur awoke. Bhakti Bringa Mahasaya, hearing of this dream, advised Bhaktivinoda to apply for a transfer to Krishna Nagra, near Navadvipa. He did, even turning down offers of personal assistantship to the chief commissioner of Assam and the seat of the minister of Tripura state. He also tried to retire at this time, but his application was denied. Finally, he arranged for a mutual exchange of personnel, himself for Babu Radha Madhavavasu, deputy magistrate of Krishna Nagar. During his stay at Krishnagar, Bhaktivinoda Thakur used to go to Navadvipa and search for the birth site of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. One night he was sitting on the roof of the Rani Dharmashala in Navadvipa, chanting on his prayer beads, when he spotted a tal tree next to a building that gave off a remarkable effulgence. He went to the Krishna Nagar library, where he began to study old manuscripts of Chaitanya Bhagavat and Navadvipa Dharma Parikrama, and some old maps of Nadia. He went to Navadvipa. Eventually, he discovered that the place he'd seen from the Dharmshala rooftop was in fact the birthplace of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was confirmed by Srila Jagannath Dasa Babaji, the head of the Gaudiya Vaishnava community in Nadia. A great festival was held there. In glorification of this sacred place, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur published the Navadvipa Dhamma Mahatmya. In the same year, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur renovated the house of Srila Jagannath Dasa Babaji at the Revas Gata. He took leave from the office for 2 years and acquired a plot of land at the Sri Godruma Dvipa, or Swarupa Ganga. He built a retirement house there for his bhajana, or worship, and called it Surabi Kunj. 1890. He established the Namahata there, the marketplace of the holy name. Sometimes Jagannath Das Babaji would visit and have kirtan, chanting devotional songs glorifying Krishna. Several hundred years earlier, Lord Nityananda, the eternal brother of Lord Chaitanya, had established his Namahata in the same place. Bhaktivinoda Thakur considered himself the street sweeper of the Namahata of Lord Nityananda. While he was stationed at Krishna Nagara, every spare moment was spent in Mayapur, the holy land of the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. When the birthplace was uncovered, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Jagannath Dasa Babaji would worship Lord Chaitanya there. Once, one of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's sons contracted a skin disease. Jagannath Dasa Babaji told the boy to lie down at the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya for the night. He did so, and the next morning he was cured. 1888. He took charge of the village of Netrakona in the district of Maya Manasimla because he could not keep good health in Krishna Nagar. From Netrakona, he went to Tangaila, and from there he was transferred to the district of Vardhamana. There he would have kirtan with devotees of Krishna at the place called Amal Ajora. 1890. He was put in charge of the Kalara subdivision. From there, would often visit holy places. From there, he was transferred to Ranigata and then to Dinajapura again. Sailaja Prasada, his youngest son, was born there. In Dinajapura, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote his Vidva Ranjana commentary and translation of the Bhagavad Gita. It was published in 1891 with the commentary of Baladeva Vidya Bhushana. 1891. Bhaktivinoda Thakur took leave from government service for 2 years. He desired to preach the holy names of Krishna. His base was Godruma Dwipa. From there, he used to visit other places to lecture in clubs, societies and organizations. This he had also done in Krishnanagara. 1892, he traveled and preached in the Bashir Ahata district with some other Vaishnavas. All the while, he was writing also. He opened many branches of Namahata in different districts of Bengal. The Namahata became a self-sustaining success, which continued to spread even after his return to government service. From Bashirahata, he set out on his third trip to Vrindavan. He stopped off at Amalajora to celebrate the Ekadasi day with Srila Jagannatha Dasa Babaji. In Vraja, he visited, or in Vrindavana, he visited all the forests and places of Lord Krishna's pastimes. He continued to give lectures and readings in Harinama in various places in Bengal when he returned to Calcutta. 1894, he gave a lecture on his investigation into the whereabouts of the birth site of Sri Chaitanya. His audience, including highly learned men from all over Bengal, who became very enthusiastic at the news. Out of this gathering was formed the Sri Navadvipa Dharma Pacharini Sabha, an organization for spreading the glories of Navadvipa Mayapur. All the learned pundits, having deliberated fully on Srila Bhkativinoda Thakura's evidence, agreed that the Yoga Pitta was the true birth site of Mahaprabhu. That year, on Gaura Purnima, a big festival was held to witness the installation of Gaura Vishnu Priya deities at the Yoga Pitta, which you can visit today. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura personally, in a spirit of pure humility, went door to door collecting funds to build a temple on the site. His venture was highly successful, and the temple was built. In October of 1894, at age 56, he retired from his post as deputy magistrate. Though this move was opposed by his family and the government authorities, he stayed at Surabi Kunja, preached and revised his old writings. Sometimes he went to Calcutta, where he begged door to door for building the Yoga Pitta temple, which is a very beautiful temple today. 1896, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura went to Tripura state at the request of the king, who was a Vaishnava. He stayed in the capital for 4 days and preached the glories of the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His lecture on the first day amazed the local pundits. For the next 2 days, the royal family and public were thrilled to hear his talks on the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Bhaktivinoda Thakura's mercy reached far beyond the geographical boundaries of India and even Asia. He was intent on spreading Krishna consciousness to the West. He sent out a small booklet written in Sanskrit, Shri Gauranga Lila Smarana Mangala Strotram, with a commentary by Srila Siddhikanta Vachaspati of Nadia. The introduction, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his life and precepts, was in English. This book found its way into the library of the Royal Asiatic Society in London, the library of McGill University in Canada, and other respectable institutions. It was reviewed in the Journal of the Royal Asiatic Society by Mr. F.W. Fraser, an erudite European scholar. In the rainy season of the same year, requested by the Maharaja of Tripura, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura went to Darjeeling and Karishyam. In 1897, he went to villages such as Mendinipura and Sori to preach. Sri Shishira Kumar Gosha was the founder of the Amrita Bazar Patrika, a leading newspaper in Bengal at the time, and the author of the Sri Amiya Nimai Charita. He had great respect for Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura and took up the preaching of the holy name throughout Calcutta and in many villages in Bengal. He published the Sri Vishnu Priya O Ananda Bazar Patrika under the editorship of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura. In one of his letters to Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, he wrote, I have not seen the six Goswamis in Vrindavan, but I consider you to be the seventh Goswami. That's a very great thing to say. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura's son, Bimal Prasada, later known as Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, had been residing in Puri as a celibate monk or brahmachari and was engaged in worship at the Gandharvika Giridhari Mat, or temple, one of the 7 temples near the tomb of the saint Haridas Thakura. Near the ocean, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, desiring to help his son, had the monastery cleaned and repaired when he came to visit Puri. After the young Siddhanta Saraswati left for Navadvipa, Mayapur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur constructed his own place of worship on the beach, calling it Bhakti Kuti. Shri Krishna Dasa Babaji, an assistant and devoted disciple of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, joined him there and became very dear to him. He remained his constant attendant up to the end of the Thakura's life. At the Bhakti Kuti, the Thakura began solitary bhajana, worship and devotional meditation. He had many visitors. Some simply wanted to disturb him, whereas others were sincere and benefited greatly from his spiritual inspiration. 1908. One of his sons informed him that Sir William Duke, Chief Secretary to the Government of India, was visiting Calcutta. Formerly, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura had served under him as a magistrate. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura made an appointment to meet him the next day in Calcutta. Sir William Duke greeted Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura on the street outside and personally escorted him into his office. With folded hands, he asked forgiveness for having once planned to remove Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura from office of district magistrate because he had thought that if such qualified Indians took up such posts, the British would not last much longer in India. In those days, while studying Bhaktivinoda Thakura's activities, the magistrate would come to his house and would be fed by the Thakura's wife. But now he was begging forgiveness as he was getting on in his life. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura answered, pleased with him, and gave him his blessings. Later he admitted he was astonished that Sir William Duke had wanted to harm him. The British, very evil people. In the year 1908, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura took the external dress of a Babaji, signifying one who devotes the remainder of his life to solitary devotional practices, especially chanting the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. For the first 2 years, he would travel, he would travel between Calcutta and Puri and was still writing books. 1910, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura shut himself away from the world and entered Samadhi, claiming paralysis. Of course, he was not paralyzed. He devoted the remainder of his years in solitary bhajana, chanting the holy name, meditation, prayer, and chanting Lord Krishna's holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. 1914. On June 23rd, just before noon at Jagannath Puri, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura Prabhupada left his body. On the Gaudiya Panchika calendar, this day was also the disappearance day of Sri Gadadhara Pandita. His bodily remains were taken from Orissa back to his beloved Godruma in the land of Nadia, the land of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his eternal pastimes. Amidst Sankirtan, congregational chanting of the Lord's holy names, his remains were interred in Godruma, remembering his divine character. In an obituary about Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, Sarada Charana Mitra Calcutta High Court judge, wrote, I knew Thakura Bhaktivinoda intimately as a friend and a relation. Even under the pressure of official work as a magistrate in charge of a heavy subdivision, he could always find time for devotional contemplation and work. And whenever I met him, our talk would turn in a few minutes to the subject of bhakti and achintya bheda tattva. Achintya bheda abheda dvaita advaita vada, etc., and the saintly work that lay before him. Service of God is the only thing he longed for, and service under the government, however honorable was him, however honorable was to him a clog. In other words, no matter how much he was a high servant, his only real interest was Krishna consciousness. His son, Lalita Prasada, recalled the following about his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakura, including his daily schedule. Now comes his daily schedule. 7:30 to 8 p.m., take rest. 10 p.m., rise, light oil lamp, write. 4 a.m., take rest. 4:30, rise, wash hands and face, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra Japa. 7 o'clock, write letters. 7:30, read. 8:30, receive guests or continue to read. 9:30 to 9:45, take rest. 9:45, morning bath, breakfast, half quart of milk. Very important, half quart of milk. Couple of chapatis, some fruits. 9:55, go to the court in carriage. He would wear coat and pants to court with double-sized tulsi neck beads and Vaishnava tilaka, religious marking on his forehead. He was very strong in his decisions. He would decide immediately. He did not allow any humbug in his court. No upstart could stand before him. He would shave his head monthly. He never allowed harmonium in his sankirtan, considering it a distraction from the sound of the holy name. He never had any debts. So at 10 o'clock, court began. 1 p.m., court finished. He'd come home and bathe and refresh. 2 p.m., return to office. 5 p.m., translate works from Sanskrit to Bengali. Then take evening bath and meal of rice, couple of chapatis, half quart or half liter of milk. So he drank a lot of milk, right? He always consulted a pocket watch and was always accountable, keeping time very punctually. He was always charitable to Brahmanas and equally befriended other castes. He never showed pride, and his amiable disposition was a characteristic feature of his life. He never accepted gifts from anyone. He even declined all honors and titles offered by the government to him on the grounds that they might stand against his holy mission of life. He was very strict in moral principles and avoided the luxurious life. He would not even chew betel. So, everybody, even now, they chew betel nuts, and it makes their face and their saliva completely red, and they spit it on the walls. So if you go to Calcutta and places like that, all the walls in government buildings and other buildings, they have all this spit of red, because they're chewing betel nuts. Okay. He disliked theaters because they were frequented by public women. That means prostitutes. He spoke Bengali, Sanskrit, English, Latin, Urdu, Persian, and Oriya. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 languages. He started writing books at age 12 and continued turning out a profuse number of volumes up until his departure from this world. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhkativinoda Thakur ki jai. He is an exceptional person, and it's very good to hear about him. One thing about him was very, remarkable. He was very, let's say, very regulated. Regulation makes a person healthy, wealthy, and wise. So if you live a regulated life based on Krishna consciousness, you will make a lot of devotional service and a lot of spiritual advancement. But if you're irregulated, eating at different times, sleeping at different times, so forth, you won't get very far in Krishna consciousness. You have to be strictly regulated, just like Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And look what all he did. He wrote over 100 books, big books, right? And he opened temples, and he reinvigorated the Vaishnavas of Bengal, and he found the place where Lord Chaitanya appeared, and so many things he did were remarkable. Why? Because he was regulated and completely dedicated to Krishna consciousness. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Do you have any questions to ask about Bhaktivinoda Thakur, or any question that is related to spiritual life? Yes. No, but he accepted Gorkishore Babaji, or Jagannath Babaji as his Shiksha Guru. So there is Diksha line, and there can also be a Shiksha line. So you might be initiated by a Guru, but the real Guru that you're following is the Diksha Guru, who's teaching you Krishna consciousness. So that's because, sometimes people accept a family guru. Then they realize that they will do better to have a Shiksha guru who is bona fide, right? It's not to deprecate the family guru, but you want to have someone who is highly, let's say, situated in Krishna consciousness to be your Shiksha guru, teaching guru, right? So there's Shiksha and Diksha. So Diksha means you get initiated, and Shiksha means you get initiated, and you not initiated, you get trained in Krishna consciousness, right? Haribol. Anybody else want to ask a question? Shiksha means you are trained spiritually. Okay, no questions? Yeah, he thought it was it would take your mind off of chanting. And Prabhupada also, he said there should not be any harmonium during arti. And cartels, that's it, yeah. Why? Because you want to completely focus on the deities and the holy name. You don't want anything, diverting your attention. Haribol. Okay, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any other questions anyone wants to ask? We will take questions, we'll take opinions, and we'll take also what you would call, anyway, just questions or opinions. So, all right, thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Haribol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So I want to share a few words about glorify His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj on his appearance day. One particular incident comes to my mind, which I heard about him, which was one time one sannyasi, disciple of His Divine Grace Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur. Actually, a little background story, because this shows the generosity and how selfless Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj was. Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur got a special mantra from his father, Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This mantra is a Narasimha mantra, that if you chant this, it will protect your life, like in the dangers, greatest dangers. So Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur has given to one of his disciples this mantra. It was not common, widely shared. They select a specific person and they give that. And this sannyasi is belonging to Gaudiya Mutt. And he was, as he was getting older, he was looking for to give this mantra to somebody. And he looked around and for a qualified candidate. And then he didn't find anybody at that moment on Gaudiya Mutt, the sannyasis. So he actually thought the best candidate is His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Maharaj. So he actually invited him to come see him. So Maharaj went to see him. He didn't know anything. He was asked, so he went to see him. So when he went to see him, he disclosed that he wanted to give that mantra to him because he felt he is very genuine sannyasi. So the moment Maharaj heard that, he felt very ecstatic. It was like, wow, somebody who thinks that I am qualified to receive such a bona fide mantra. But then he thought about it and he said, Maharaj, he spoke to that sannyasi and said, Maharaj, thank you for your generosity that you are willing to give it to me. But I feel His Holiness Indradyumna Maharaj is more qualified to receive this than me, because he travels around the world, puts himself in a very risky situations, life-threatening situations. So it would be better if he receives it than me, which he offered selflessly. And when he told that, that sannyasi was also, he felt very happy and he said, okay, how selfless he was, that he is able to willing to give a mantra that could protect your own life, right? So he said, okay, if you insist, that he insisted that it should be given to His Holiness Indradyumna Maharaj. He said, okay, if you insist, then he must be a qualified candidate, so why don't we meet with him and I will give it to him. He agreed to it. And then he approached Indradyumna Maharaj, and Indradyumna Maharaj was, obviously shocked, saying, you're so generous that you're willing to give such a thing to me. And I don't know, I'm qualified to receive that, but because you're insisting, then I will accept that. So then Indradyumna Maharaj got that mantra, and Maharaj was very grateful for getting that. But this shows that Maharaj, Bhakti Charu Maharaj was so selfless, and he never bothered for his own well-being, for that matter, and also looked out for his own God brothers and for the movement, because Indradev Maharaj is preaching so nicely. If you read his book, the recently published book, it's really shocking that how dangerously he had to live to go to these places like Croatia and Serbia and Russia and other places where it's a life-threatening situations, and so devotees put their lives at risk to spread this movement, and that's why Maharaj felt like he is the most qualified candidate to receive that. So like that, the lesson for me at least was that we need to be selfless when it comes to preaching to Krishna consciousness. And if we live by those rules, abide by those, and we look at the Maharajas as examples, then definitely we will be able to please the Guru and Krishna. That's the lesson I learned from this particular example. And he showed that by example, and he lived that by example, motivating others and inspiring others. So I'm very grateful to have such a glorious spiritual master, and even though I don't deserve any of that, Maharaj has been very grateful, and I'm always very grateful to my Siksha Guru, Harivilas Maharaj, who had inspired me and took me under his wings and always guided me. So in my absence of my spiritual master, he is there to guide me as well. So overall, I don't think, even though I don't deserve any of this, the Lord has been merciful and Guru has been merciful, Prabhupada has been merciful. So I thank to all the Vaishnavas, and please forgive me for all my offenses, and I beg your forgiveness. And with that, I just want to thank my Guru also. Hare Krishna.
So I just want to say a few words in glorification of Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj as well. Dearest and most respected my beloved Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to your services to Srila Prabhupada. 17th September is the day when Prabhupada arrived in America to spread Krishna consciousness. And Guru Maharaj honors Srila Prabhupada by celebrating this day as Srila Prabhupada Memorial Festival. This shows Guru Maharaj's unflinching love and commitment to his spiritual master and ISKCON. Guru Maharaj, I am very fortunate soul and will always remain indebted to Srila Prabhupada for giving you as my beloved spiritual master. On this most auspicious day of your Vyas Puja, I sincerely bow my head unto your lotus feet for bringing me under the umbrella of Prabhupada's ISKCON family and continuously reminding us to follow his instructions and never leave ISKCON, no matter what. Guru Maharaj, you are extremely compassionate, loving and caring. As His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj once said, Bhakti Charu Swami has the heart of Bengali mother and the courage of a British soldier. Srila Prabhupada always emphasized that a devotee who is perfectly advanced in our devotional life is incapable of wasting even a single moment outside of Krishna's service. And you are a shining example of this quality. I always saw you engage in Krishna's service day and night, whether on phone, on your laptop, during interactions with public figures or devotees, tirelessly attending programs and giving lectures, instructing your disciples from all over the planet to remain engaged in bhakti. Each moment of your life was devoted to Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Guru Maharaj, in 2004, you took on the monumental task of building a grand temple in Ujjain. This project was particularly significant because Ujjain is where Lord Krishna, along with his brother Balram and friend Sudama, received their education from Sandipani Muni. Despite numerous challenges, your unwavering faith and determination inspired the devotees to work tirelessly. You personally oversaw every detail from the architectural design to the construction process. Your hands-on approach and personal involvement motivated everyone to give their best. One of the most remarkable aspects of this project was the speed at which it was completed. The temple, made of white marble, was inaugurated in less than 10 months, a feat that seemed almost impossible at the start. This project not only showcased your dedication to spread Krishna consciousness, but also your ability to bring devotees together to achieve extraordinary things. Guru Maharaj, you had the opportunity to serve as Srila Prabhupada's personal assistant and cook. Despite having no prior experience in cooking, you took on this responsibility with great enthusiasm and humility. You would often recount how you would meticulously follow Srila Prabhupada's instructions, learning to prepare various dishes to perfection. One day, while preparing a meal, Guru Maharaj accidentally added too much salt in a dish. Realizing his mistake, he felt deeply embarrassed and worried about disappointing Srila Prabhupada. However, when he served the meal, Srila Prabhupada did not chastise him. Instead, he gently guided him on how to improve, showing immense patience and kindness. This left a profound impact on Guru Maharaj as he understood the importance of humility, learning from mistakes, and the compassionate nature of a true spiritual master. Guru Maharaj, you uplifted and inspired so many devotees through your compassionate and supportive nature. Your personal touch and genuine care for each and everyone made a lasting impact on numerous souls. Once during a visit to temple, Guru Maharaj noticed a young devotee who seemed hesitant and shy about participating in kirtan. Sensing the devotee's apprehension, Guru Maharaj approached him with a warm smile and gently encouraged him to join in. He shared his own personal story about his own initial nervousness when he first started leading kirtans. He explained how Srila Prabhupada had encouraged him to sing with devotion, regardless of his musical skills. This reassurance from Guru Maharaj gave the young devotee the confidence. As the kirtan progressed, Guru Maharaj stood beside the young devotee, singing along and offering support. And by the end of this session, the young devotee was singing with enthusiasm and joy, inspired by Guru Maharaj's kindness and encouragement. Guru Maharaj, I never really understood the mood and bhav, and I still don't, behind the Gopi Geet and Kunti Maharani's prayers. But separation from serving you, like those olden days when we had your unlimited mercy and association, but no knowledge of how to serve your spiritual master, has now made me realize the Gopis' bhav in separation. You always emphasize to us that true spiritual advancement comes from cultivating a humble attitude and dedicating oneself to devotional service. In your own words, Guru Maharaj, we don't have to become big scholars and we don't have to become big supermen. We simply have to become a humble servant of Lord Krishna. So on this auspicious day, with your blessings, I retake my vow to imbibe your mood of sincerity, humility, compassion, and service. His Holy Mass, Shri Bhakti Charu Swami Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Kevala Bhakti Sadma Sri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandhamoy Savadana Mate Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhava Turiya Jai Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhava Turiya Jai Krishna Prabdi Ho Jaha Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Goriya Agya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Goriya Agya Arana Gori Ho Mane Asha Sri Guru Charane Rati Aise Uttama Gati Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha Jai Prasade Pure Sarva Asha चक्षुदान दिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते प्रेमा भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशा जाते वेदे गाय जय हरा चरितो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनर बंधु लोकना लोके राजीवाना प्रभु करो दोया देहो मोरे पाद छाया प्रभु करो दोया देहो मोरे पाद छाया ये बेजास गुशुक त्रिभुवाना श्रीला प्रभुपाद पतित पावाना जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा श्रीला प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद चैतन्य नित्यानंद Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev.
What? What? No, you do. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prime Shikho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasudeva Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sam Kunda Radha Kandu, Giri Govardhana ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mayapura Dham ki jai, Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai, Tulasi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Ganga Maya ki jai, Jamuna Maya ki jai, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, Patita Pavani ki jai.
So we'll do the Mangalacharan now and then Pushpanjali. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmulitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamyaham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं
श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं
सहगुणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवनं
सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं
साद्वैतं सावधूतं
साद्वैतं सावधूतं
परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान्
श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान्
सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वतींश्च
सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च
ॐ नमः विष्णुपादाय
ॐ नमो विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त
स्वामिनिति नामिने
स्वामिनिति नामिने
नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे
नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे
निर्विशेषशून्यवादी
विशेषशून्यवादी
पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे
पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय
नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय
कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले
कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले
श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्ता
श्रीमते भक्तिसिद्धान्त
सरस्वती इति नामिने
सरस्वती इति नामिने
श्रीवार्ष्भानवी देवी
श्रीवर्षभानवी देवे
दयिताय कृपाबदये
दयिताय कृपाब्धये
कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान
कृष्णसम्बन्धविज्ञान
दायिने प्रभवे नमः
दायिने प्रभवे नमः
माधुर्योज्ज्वल
प्रेमाद्य
श्रीरूपानुगभक्तिदा श्रीगौरकरुणाशक्ति विग्रहाय नमस्तुते नमस्ते गौरवाणी श्रीमूर्तये दीनतारिणे रूपानुगाविरुद्धाप सिद्धान्तध्वान्तहारिणे नमो गौरकिशोराय साक्षाद् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भर साम्बोधे पादम्बुजाय ते नमः नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुग्भराय ते गौरविर्भावभूमिस्तं निर्देष्टसज्जनप्रियः वैष्णवसार्वभौमः श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विष्वे नमः पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधाकांता नमस्तुते जयतां सूरतोपंगो मदमदमते मतिर्गतिः मत्सर्वसंपाद भोजो राधा मदन मोहनो दिव्यद्वृन्दारण्यकल्पद्रुमाद् श्रीमदरत्नागर सिंहासनथो श्रीमद्राधा शीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठालेभिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि श्रीमान् रासरसारम्भी वंशीवटतटस्थितः कर्ष्णावेणुस्वनेर्गोपीर् गोपीनाथ श्रियस्तु नः तत्काश्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। So we'll do the 3 times and then 3 times Guru Maharaj. So we'll do 3 times pranam mantra of Bhkativinoda, Srila Bhkativinoda Thakur. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidanand Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidanand Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate. Namo Bhaktivinodaya Satchidanand Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupaya Rupanugavarayate. Ena Pushpanjali. Should we? Okay. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swaminiti Namine Snigdha Cheta Supraneta Vagminam Cha Rasaplutam Prabhupada Gata Prana Nami Bhakti Charu Padam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swamin Iti Namine Snigdha Cheta Supraneta Vagmimam Cha Rasaplutam Prabhupada Gata Prana Nami Bhakti Charu Padam. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Charu Swamin Iti Namine Snigdha Cheta Supraneta Vagminam Cha Rasaplutam Prabhupada Gata Prana Nami Bhakti Charu Padam. Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhav ki Jai.